Welcome to the Canadian Edge. Today we're going to be looking at another CRKT knife, and it is the B.U.L.L, which stands for Basic Utility Locking Liner. So the overall length of this is 7.125 inches. The blade is 3 inches long, and closed it is 4.125 inches. The weight is 2.8 ounces, and our blade is a 420 J2 steel, which is a steel that's a little more durable than 440 steel, for those that aren't familiar with it. And it is also highly corrosion resistant, at least away from salt water or salt. So yeah, and it's got a Zytel handle, which is a nylon product, and stainless steel liners, and it has Teflon bearings in the blade pivot, which actually allow it to close and open quite smoothly. I got this knife quite a while ago. I think I paid, what was it, $35 for it or something. But they are now discontinued. This knife has been discontinued, so if you're thinking you want one or you have one, they are still available somewhat online, so you can find them different places online. And yeah, it's a very nice pocket knife. One of the things I like, this has a thumb ramp, sorry. It has a thumb disc that allows you to get easy purchase. On there you can ambidextrous open it either hand. The pocket clip is stainless steel as well, but it only has one position, and so it is a point down carry, deep carry. And going back to the opening, you can open with the thumb stud, or thumb disc as CRKT calls it, or you can see it, they extended the tang a little bit, and you can flick it open that way. It's actually pretty good. Usually I'm more like that when I open it that way, so I prefer using the thumb stud. It's a lot easier, but it is a smooth open and close. I really like the knife. It also comes in either solid fine edge, or as you can see with this one, I have partial serration and partial fine edge. It has a thumb ramp back here with the jimping on it. You can see the jimping, and that gives you actually really good purchase if you're like pushing into a box or something like that you're trying to cut or have to push in. You get lots of good grip. There is a little bit of texture on the scale there. This is a little bit rough, but mostly smooth, but you do get a good grip on there as well. It has castellations on the spine and on the butt, which are supposed to help give you a little extra grip, and they seem to do okay. So let's check out this knife and see how it does for sharpness. I've used this knife quite a bit. It is one of my knives that I do use as an everyday carry, so it hasn't been sharpened for a while, it forces paper. Probably wouldn't hurt for me to sharpen this a little bit. One of the nice things I like about this is it does have the serrated edge, which comes in handy when you have to cut things like those, because see how easy that went through the serrated edge as opposed to the fine edge. And same with rope and that. If you're cutting rope, it just makes it a whole lot easier to be cutting if you have the serrated edge. So the serrated edge is sharp. Oh, it managed to cut, but it took more effort than the serrated edge, that's for sure. I don't know if we can get enough here for the serrated edge to cut. Yeah, definitely easier with the serrated edge. So that's one of the pluses of a serrated edge is, oh gosh, yeah, it melted through there. Yeah, see, that took way more effort. I could probably cut through all four of these with the serrated, oh yeah. Yeah, the serrated edge is very beneficial when you're cutting rope or zip ties. So as I said, it is a smooth opening. It's very comfortable to hang on to. And what's it like in the pocket? Well, let's take a look. So as you can see, it is somewhat of a deep carry in the pocket. Comes in and out easy enough. I have thick pocket though, so it catches a little bit, but once you get it in there, it's good. When you put your hand in your pocket, you do notice it. Unfortunately, you notice this part when you stick your hand in. But other than that, it fits in the pocket easy, carries easy, so not too bad in the pocket. So overall, this knife, it is an everyday carry knife or an EDC. It works great. Like I say, it is one of my EDCs. I haven't used it for a little while because I've got a number of knives and I rotate them out. But the pocket clip too, it doesn't get in the way when you're hanging on. They designed it well. They've got the nice swell there and it fits quite well, and the little grip on the liner lock, I forgot to mention it is a liner lock, gives you a little more purchase too. So it is a comfortable knife to use and to carry. My ratings on it, and these again are just my opinions. Some of you might agree or disagree. And so aesthetics, I gave it an 8. It's a good looking knife, but it doesn't necessarily have that wow factor that some knives do. Open and closing, I gave it a 10 because it is super easy to open and close. No problems there. Pocket, I gave it a 7 because it does scrape your hand a little bit when you go into your pocket. But other than that, it fits nice into the pocket. You don't notice it when you're just carrying it. Weight, I gave it a 9. It's a good weight. You can use it for a long time and it wouldn't tire your hand out like some of the bigger knives. Sharpness, I gave it well, it was a little sharper when I got it, but I gave it a 9. The serrated edge definitely helped in the sharpness factor. The handle, I gave a 9 out of that. Could have a little more texturing back here. As I say, I haven't had a problem with it, but then I haven't had like really sweaty hands or wet hands to see if it slips at all in the hand. But for what I've used it for, I haven't had that much problem with it. So overall, I give this the knife 8.5 to 9. The only downside is the really the pocket. I don't like hitting things when I go into my pocket, but it's not a big deal. It's something you can work around. So that is the CRKT B.U.L.L. It is an everyday carry knife. If you can get a hold of one for your collection, I would say go for it. It's a nice knife. It's very practical. It'll do a lot of work for you around the yard and in your garage and whatnot. So that is the CRKT B.U.L.L. made by Aaron Frederick, well, his design. And as I said, this knife is presently discontinued. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the B.U.L.L. If you did, leave a like and a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and thank you for those who have. And otherwise, we'll be back in a couple days with a new knife. But until then, you stay safe and stay sharp.